All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. Pastor Dowell here. Anybody ever see that interview between Tucker Carson and Thomas Massey? It's not good what's going on in this country. It really, truly is not. And now we can't even really say that this country really belongs to the people. The rich, the oligarchies, and all these other plethora of a list of people who are billionaires have literally taken over our country. And we're just sitting up here being used by them at their whim. And Thomas Massey, along with Marjorie Greene, who used to be a representative down in Georgia, along with Tucker Carlson and the Hodge twins, Dan Brazilian, you go on and on and on. I got questions about Patrick Bet-David now, PDD. I got questions about him because Brazilian rocked him. And I tell you, man, when you start hitting CPAC and the Jewish lobby and everything else that's going on in this country, boy, you start really, truly watching folks, how they form their questions and how they really, truly carry themselves when you say something against a certain group. And it's not good to watch these reactions and stuff. And we're supposed to be men and women of truth, because if there's ever a time that we're loaded with information in this country, it's now. We've got more information at our fingertips. That phone right there can travel from one end of this continent to the next, and we can know pretty much just about every dang thing that's going on. Well, it looks like the Israeli money is doing everything that it can to make sure that Thomas Massey is out of Congress. They don't want him in the House no more. Trump used to speak highly of him, and rightly so. But when you start coming against him, man, and start talking about these Epstein files. See, these Epstein files, they may be gone away in the mainstream news media, but out on the street, they're not going away. They're not going away at all. These Epstein files is revealing a lot. And then to hear, and you can't detect that these people are actually lying, but when you hear that, I hope you don't go and take this position right here, because if you do, you're going to hurt a lot of my friends. And of course, we have to understand something in this country. Once you hit a billionaire, you're into a whole nother category. You don't even associate with the common people. When you get up in front of a mic, you're there to politicize. You're there to tell the bottom feeders whatever they need to hear. But man, when you get people like Marjorie Taylor Greene receiving death threats and her children receiving death threats, and allegedly it was said that's your problem. We got issues. So much for freedom of speech, man. I tell you, man, Satan is at the highest level of every single government that there is. Staying on this for a second, but digressing, Iran said we don't trust Trump. We flat out don't trust him. I actually seen Trump bowing towards Xi Jinping. Yeah. I was like, what in the world? Woo, boy. I understand it's cultural custom and stuff like that over there and stuff, but I ain't never seen him do that. I'll tell you, man, there's something going on. And by the way, have you noticed that during this particular presidency right here? Because I'm telling you what Trump's doing. What he's doing is this. This is his last hoorah. He's old, so he's trying to set everything up for his boys, his brothers, his friends. You think they care about the American people? No. Y'all don't understand. They don't care about us because we're not their donors, their greatest donors. Nah, they get money from the big boys, coming out filthy rich, man. Because remember, the holy grail over this country is about how much money you have and how much money you make, rather than contentment like the book teaches. But people like Thomas Massey and Marjorie Taylor Greene and all these other people out there that are out on the front line, the cutting edge of truth, man, it's amazing how this guy has, I forget the name of his opponent up here running in Kentucky, but the Jewish lobby has already done poured $25 million into his campaign against Thomas Massey. Can you imagine pouring $25 million into a campaign to where the salary pays $174,000 a year? Check that one out. I said the salary pays $174,000 a year. Wow. Man, if that ain't about control, if it ain't about the rich rule over the poor to their own hurt, I don't know what is. I know one thing, we all know we all consent it ain't right. So basically, America cannot be duped by any politician ever again, because we've seen the best and the worst. And we can see right now, they don't give a nickel's worth of a rat's ass about any of us. And not the American way, not freedom, not truth. This is all about filling our pockets and making the quickest billions that we can by using the American people's taxpayer dollars through government. Damn. I mean, even a millionaire today is not really nothing. I mean, think about that. Not even really anything. Contentment is, though. If you can ever learn it, contentment is the key. I'm telling you. You get out here and try to chase money, and you're going to find out one thing about it. Once you get it, it still don't bring the happiness. It still don't bring the peace. Oh, it answers some things and stuff, but it still doesn't bring you that feeling of fulfillment like you think, because once you get a little bit, you want more. That's why contentment is the biggest virtue that anybody can learn. But Thomas Massey is under fire. Thomas Massey is out there on the front line. Thomas Massey is telling his truth. And are we going to ever see these Epstein files released? I don't know. They're doing everything they can to bring about distraction, and the mainstream news media is following right along with it. So you got to ask yourself a question. Do we really have a freedom of press? Do we? Is Fox News really for the people? Nah. Now you got, Megyn Kelly, man, she comes out hard, man. And she used to be at Fox, gone. Tucker Carlson used to be at Fox, gone. So now you got to start doubling down and looking. Is Sean Hannity, is he a paid shield? Because I see how these people like posturing themselves and grandstand in a certain way. And you got two powerhouses in the media like Tucker Carlson and Megyn Kelly, and they're gone. And Sean Hannity is still running, and people believe in his BS or whatever he's trying to sell. Does Sean Hannity talk much about the Epstein files? Does he talk much about this war with Iran? I'm sure he does that now. But I tell you, man, the people that are in the know, they're making sure that we don't know. And then Tucker Carson really exposed it all when he started bringing out the Jews. Because you think about this. So these people say that they are the chosen people of Yah. That's what they say. They go back to Abraham. Yet it is banned in their country to do DNA testing because, like, their prime minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, he's Polish. There's not a drop of Israelite blood in him. That man don't have a drop of melanin in him or his family line. Man. And when you start bringing stuff out like this, man, you start telling the truth of what goes on and how. And most of you Christians, man, y'all so deceived, especially about John Hagin up there beating this drum, talking about Israel, and you equate it to the Israel of the Bible. Y'all so deceived, man. But I can tell you one thing, man. Take you a trip to Israel. As a matter of fact, and especially a lot of you people who believe that we shouldn't be keeping feast days over there. Boy, it's hard for me to believe what y'all say, man, when I don't see y'all doing what you say. That's what I wait for a lot of times. I wait to see what people do. People would tell you anything, but I'll pay more attention to doing than I do what you say, because people deceive with words. Man, when I see what you do, that lets me know what you believe. And I think that everybody would do well to adopt that attitude about their life so that other people would never deceive them. That's just my personal opinion. Y'all get this word out, man. Get the word out on the street. Everybody start talking about this Thomas Massey, man, because I'm telling you, I don't think they're going to end up offing a lot of these people right now, because then it would definitely look bad. But even at that, man, how many of us really truly believe that Jeffrey Epstein was murdered in prison?